And that's the challenge that service providers have, is they have so many different places to be guarding. We ask so much of them. Anything that we can do to help make the path between where they are now and where they feel they need to be based on the information we give them, that's what I hope that we're able to convey.
A service provider is a trust anchor. People, governments, and entire economies rely on service providers to keep things running. They trust that when they connect, it'll just work, that their emails will send, their networks will stay online, and that their systems will remain secure even during a crisis. That trust is what makes your role essential, but it's also what makes you a target.
In my conversations with CISOs and MSPs, they don't lack an understanding of the problem, but I think we should highlight that the risks are different now than they were maybe 3 or 4 years ago, in terms of what we're seeing actors move on.
In 2015, Ukraine's power grid went dark, the first confirmed blackout caused by a cyber attack. In 2017, NotPetya crippled shipping logistics and telecom operators around the globe. By 2021, attackers had begun exploiting VPNs and edge infrastructure to silently embed themselves within service provider networks. We then saw ransomware actors shut down pipelines and attacks on satellite providers that knocked out connectivity for thousands of people. Infrastructure is now a central stage for cyber conflict. But today, actors aren't necessarily looking to cause disruption. Increasingly, they're focused on gaining long-term access for future leverage.
What we're seeing currently in the SP space is espionage primarily, which is quieter and longer term, and much more challenging to feel comfortable that you've eradicated.
One example is Salt Typhoon, a highly capable adversary that gained access to telecom providers' core networking infrastructure and stayed hidden for over 3 years. After gaining initial access, likely via stolen credentials or exploiting known vulnerabilities, they used a technique known as machine-to-machine pivoting, moving laterally through trusted infrastructure to bypass controls and exfiltrate data.
What we have seen is extreme technical competence by the actor once they're inside. And it's very challenging. It's very challenging to track them, very challenging to keep them out, and very challenging to get them out once they're in.
And of course, combating sophisticated threat actors is just one part of the equation.
You have to make decisions based on limited time, limited money of, do I remove this end-of-life product and replace it with something that I know is going to get patched and is going to get, a proper sustainment from the vendor? How do we think about BGP, DNS, email, trusted root certificates, all the things that ISPs need to function and to service their customers.
An analogy I would make is it's almost very akin to how Talos makes decisions as well, because we are making decisions for all of Cisco's customers. Service providers and the complex networks that they run, they're making decisions for everybody at once. So it's harder to say, I'm going to take this offline. I'm going to move this part of my network over here, right? I'm gonna sacrifice that uptime to go do something, because it's not just themselves that's gonna be affected, it's every single customer that they have that will be affected.
These aren't easy choices, but the right support in your corner can make a big difference. Cisco Talos helps protect what matters most for service providers, delivering intelligence, deep research, and response. By analyzing billions of security events every day, we deliver real-time insights into everything from zero-day exploits to supply chain attacks and state-sponsored activity. We feed that intelligence straight into Cisco security products. And when it comes to resilience, Cisco Talos Incident Response is here to support you. From rapid containment and recovery from a breach to proactive services like threat hunting, readiness assessments, and real-world tabletop exercises. You've already got one of the most challenging jobs in cybersecurity, keeping infrastructure stable, customers connected, and critical systems safe under relentless pressure. But there might be some comfort in remembering that you're not the only ones invested in keeping things secure.
Service providers are very unique, but they're also not alone. Use your partners, use your vendors, use your competitors even.
Just the very existence of this video is Cisco saying to you, you're not alone. Cisco has an entire business unit dedicated just to service providers. That is a space that we are deeply concerned about. and we understand our role there. And so I would say challenge Cisco to be part of the solution that you're building.
We see what you're up against and we know what's at stake. With Cisco Talos, you will gain a global ally ready to support. Find out more at talosintelligence.com.